Hey, good morning everybody. So today we're gonna do something a little bit different that I've never done on this channel at all, and that is talk about a specific Blu-ray release. Now I've never done this on this channel before, mostly because I've never really talked about movies on this channel until recently. The other reason is there hasn't been a big release like this in a while, especially from a company that I actively collect. So today I wanted to talk about the Friday the 13th Deluxe Edition from Scream Factory. Now, if you are outside of the 5 to 12 people that usually watch me on a regular basis, you are probably a Blu-ray collector yourself. If that is the case, you've probably seen many reviews of this thing, many unboxing videos. That's not what this is gonna be. I wanted this video to be more about, is it worth it now? Because this box set is now beyond the hype, and the dust has sort of settled a little bit, and everybody can sort of see what this box set is for itself. Right off the bat, I should say I did not get one of the 7,000 releases with the poster. I did not initially think that I was going to be buying this set until very recently, so for me it was not a pre-order. Now I have seen the posters and they're very cool, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's worth what some people are paying for those posters post-release now. People can do whatever you want with your money, that's fine. I feel like that is not worth it for a poster. Now, with that being said, this is the base release. I got one of the other 13,000 releases, and I actually ordered mine from Amazon and not directly from Shout Factory. So if you've been following this thing for a little bit, a lot of hardcore collectors, a lot of hardcore horror fans will probably already know there's quite a few problems with some of the discs in this set. I don't even really want to go into that, but what I will say is the reason that I had not picked this thing up until recently was because of all of the problems. Because I don't usually pre-order stuff, that's just a personal thing with me. I don't like to pre-order stuff. I had to sort of wait until all the reviews are in. And now we are past 2 or 3 weeks of everybody having this set. And like I said, the hype has died down a little bit and people are noticing a lot of different things on this set. Now I should say I have not watched all these movies. That is a very important thing. So I don't know what is wrong with mine and what isn't. But what I will say is I will be getting the replacement discs. And that's actually why I was comfortable enough to pick this thing up. When I found out that Scream Factory was going to be replacing discs, that was when I was okay with getting this set. Let me start out with a couple nitpick things here. This box is built terribly. I'll put some B-roll in right now of me just sort of wiggling it. I'm afraid this box is not going to last for more than a couple years just sitting on a shelf because it is very flimsy. Without the movies in it, it's just 5 pieces of cardboard. So that's understandable. For the price that this thing goes for, especially directly from Scream Factory, this should be made a little bit nicer, period. It just should be. Mine is a little bit dinged up. You may be able to see some of the dings and scratches here and there on this. But to be honest, I'm realistic enough to expect this thing is gonna come a little bit beat up because of how many hands this goes through before it gets to me. But that's understandable. So beyond that, I've seen a lot of people complaining that their actual cases are cracked. I did not end up with any of those problems. Again, I ordered directly from Amazon and it was here within a couple days. I'm gonna go ahead and consider myself lucky that none of these actual cases are broken. I've heard quite a few people have been having issues with that. I've also heard of some of the inserts here being torn. I also did not receive anything like that either. The closest thing to damage on the outside of these cases, just some of these markings across here. I don't know what's up with that, but for the most part, all of my cases are in fantastic order. Again, this is not going to be a review so much as how do I feel about this? Is this worth what I paid for it? Because I ordered it from Amazon, I think it was $20 or $30 cheaper than getting it directly from Shout Factory. Had I paid with shipping what would have been $160, $170 to get this here, I'm not sure I would feel like this was worth it. Total, I paid about $140 to get this here in a couple days. Another 20 or 30 bucks I feel like is way too much. Overall, because I already owned a lot of these on Blu-ray, not all of them, but almost all of them, this was really just more of a splurge for me. 2020 has been terrible. So when I saw that this was still available and that Scream Factory had announced that they were going to be replacing any of the discs that do have problems, that is when I decided to pull the trigger on this thing. If you have the 10 edition, I don't personally have that, which is why I was okay buying this. I would stick with the 10 set. What I did have was this, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to upgrade, because I don't like having everything in one package like this. I like having a stack of movies to go through because I like to collect physical media, so this appeals to me. If you're not like that and you're not hyper addicted to buying Blu-rays the same way I am, this set is really cheap. I think I got this for like 30 bucks or something, and it's not got everything that is in this set. This only goes up to Jason Takes Manhattan. Unless you're really, really into Friday, I cannot suggest buying this. I really can't. I don't want to say that I have buyer's remorse, but it is something that I purchased sort of on a whim. If I had to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't do it just because the quality of all of this stuff. Now, the transfers. Some of the transfers in this set that I have watched look bananas. It's insane how good some of the transfers in this set is. But you gotta be a real movie snob for that to really matter. This is fine for most people. As you can see, I collect physical media, so like I said, this set appeals to me because I am a hardcore collector. If you're not super into Friday, but you are a hardcore collector, buy them separately. You can get a whole bunch of them. You can get the standard releases for pretty good price. I know I didn't pay more than, I wanna say like 10 bucks for each of these. And these are just the standard releases from Paramount. But if you're not a humongous video snob, I don't think the transfers are enough to sell this box set personally. If you're hyper addicted to buying Blu-rays the same way that I am, this is a dope set. This is a really cool set. The alternative covers on a lot of these are awesome. That's my favorite Friday artwork right there. That's super cool, and I'm super into that. Again, I cannot say that if I had pre-ordered this, would I be happy with my purchase? Definitely not. If I had waited around for this set like many other people did and made this like the release of the year, I would be bummed. I really would be bummed. I chose to buy this after all the controversy and after all the hype died down because they are replacing discs. But if you've got this on Blu-ray already, the transfers for me aren't enough. It's just not enough. I do have a 3D TV and a 3D player, so I will be taking advantage of that once all of that is out of storage. And so when I have a new place and all of that stuff is set up, I'll be able to watch that, which is pretty cool. But other than that, there aren't enough other perks to owning this, in my opinion. And that's just me. This is a cool set. Don't get me wrong. I think one of the coolest sets that's ever come out for Friday. There are always going to be cool sets coming out of this stuff. In 10 years, when we all are collecting 8K discs, hopefully physical media is still around, there will be another cool thing. That's my biggest complaint about this is this should have been 4K. It just should be 4K. And if it was, you'd probably be looking at like a $230 price tag on it. So I understand why they chose not to do that, but for the money that you do pay for this is kind of janky. I'm actually sort of bummed out that Scream Factory didn't pay more attention to this. This could have been a really cool set, and hopefully we get a Nightmare set that they've actually paid attention to. Those are my thoughts here. Again, the transfers are very good. The artwork is very cool. I have no knocks against any of that. I know a lot of people are complaining that they don't have blue cases and that they're in the clear cases. I actually like the clear cases more, in my opinion. A lot of people say that these are the cheaper of the cases, but I personally like them. They're not the really cheap stuff that a lot of standard releases get, so I'm okay with that. But all in all, those are my thoughts on it. I know this was super scatterbrained, and that's because my thoughts are sort of all over the place with this whole thing. I like it. I don't think it's worth as much as they're charging, especially on their own website, especially for the materials used, and especially for a lot of the problems that they've had. And a lot of people are saying it's just not worth it and it's a hard pass. And if you say that, I don't blame you at all. I really don't blame you one bit. But if you are a compulsive collector the way I am and you buy freaking everything because you have no impulse control like myself, do it. Everyone else can sort of stay away. So if you guys like this, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you really liked it, as I'm going to be doing a lot more content like this. I've been doing more movie content on my channel recently, and like I said a second ago, I buy freaking everything. So in the future, I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this. So thank you guys for watching. If you got all the way to the end of this, I know this was just a random word vomit of my thoughts on this thing, and that's because I'm a very disorganized person, and those are my thoughts. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another episode of Vlogtober. Mike the Finder out. See ya.